Hello viewers of CultureShare, wherever you are, be it in New York, London or the Caribbean. Welcome to CultureShare, the best in Caribbean programming. My name is Wilfred Thomas, President of the Caribbean Tourism Organization, Greater New York Chapter, and it is my pleasure to be part of this wonderful Caribbean experience.
Well, they're playing bad, they have me feeling sad. Well, they're playing big, why they run from police, then criminal attack me outside the Mirama. Way down Henry Street by HCM Walker, about 10 in the night on the 5th of October. They say how I pushed the girl from Grenada. I said the leader of the gang was hot like a pepper, and every man in the gang had a white handle razor. Well, I'm back until I nearly fall in the gutter. Well, you see my position of the police in the area. Well, I start to sweat, man, I'm soaking wet. Mama, so much stress. That's the night I can't forget. 10 of them against me with 50 spectators. And the way they coming up like they want to devour. But in the heat of the excitement is then I remember. In my next pants pocket I forget me wedger. I don't know what to do, but I just can't surrender. So they go cut me down as a smallest pretender. You could imagine how the plan was to be go.
The pleasure is always ours to know that you right there be part of this great experience of Caribbean rhythms. This is CultureShare, and I am Harold PYSADEE. We have another great session in store for you. And in addition to the sweet music we have today, we'll be starting a documentary series on Calypso. It's called Dance the Calypso, written, produced, and directed by John Barry. That's coming up. Well, we're gonna begin with a sassy one in soca. Her name is Rachel Fortune, and she's gonna do some blowing for us right now. And the victim is a whistle.
I like to blow the whistle, I like to blow it. You like to blow the whistle, come let we blow it. This jam is for everybody, even if you're hoity-toity. So I have a jummy to make you dance. Once you come through that gate, you have to participate. I know the vibration will make you prance. Grandfather, old man, Franco, jamming on to the tempo. 90 years of age and still on the go. So wind up, jump high, bend down low. Take out your whistle and start to blow, blow, blow. Hey, blow. Let me see you blow. Bend down and blow. Jump up and blow. Wind up, jump high, bend down low. Take out your whistle and blow. Blow us from the east, blow us from the west, blow us from the north and south with whistle in the mouth. Blow us from the east, blow us from the west, blow us from the north and south with whistle in the mouth. Wind up, jump high, bend down low. Take out your whistle and blow, 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 blow. Hard, blow, blow it hard.
The entire video production done by G.B.T.V, and we're very proud of it, right, Gento?
I guess so.
That's Racial Fortune, Blow It Hard on CultureShare. The Lord Kitchener is still today one of the frontliners in the Calypso art form, and if you speak with the Lord Kitchener still today, he'll tell you that the reason he left England to come back to Trinidad to sing Calypso was because of a little bold young fella by the name of the mighty Sparrow. You see, when Sparrow came on the scene and glamorized the art form, Kitchener was very uneasy in England and decided he had to come back to Trinidad to stamp his authority. Well, he never left. He's a grand master of the art form, and today is still one of the frontliners and the biggest crusader as a Calypsonian, giving musical lip service to the steel pan. Well, here is Kitchy doing the thing we know him to do best, singing Kaiso in New York City. This is the Mystery Band.
Pan beating all night in the dry river. We all hearing, but can't see this orchestra. Oh, come, pan beating all night in the dry river. We all hearing, but can't see this orchestra. Well, another thing confusing the whole public. You could only hear the band when rain fall. We had to believe it's mystery or sheer magic. Why it is we can't see this band at all. And so it started to rain. But with a drop in the hand of water Spain, people bring the big umbrella. They decide to pull the weather to see this mystery band in the river. The flood bringing down a sail of debris. Hear the music in the mud, sounding like a real symphony. We hear it pan, but can't see the band coming down. The river coming down, the water coming down. Tudulang, dukan, kalpul, tung down. Oh,
The river coming down,
yeah.
the water coming down,
Tangal, lang, kung kang kulupang tumbang.
coming down,
Oh,
the river coming down, the water coming down.
Massive crowd gather from all over the country. They flocked the dry river just for curiosity. It was ridiculous the way how they all argue. They were vociferous with all different points of view. Some said the music song like the late 40s. Some say it sound like a band from space. But however it sung, every man was pleased, for it surely had me shaking the waist. And so it started to rain. Buckets that drop in the heart of Porter's Spain. People bring the big umbrella, they decide to break the weather, to sing this mystery down in the river. The flood bringing down a set of debris. You're raining, you're raining, you hear the music in the mud, singing like a real symphony. You hear it pan, but can't see the band coming down. The river coming down, the water tugulang, tugulang, lukangkalang, palamutong, tugulang, lukangkalang.
Coming down,
Oh,
the river coming down, the water coming down, coming down, the river coming down, the water coming down.
tumpang, 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 tumpang. When they found out after the truth of the mystery band, it caused a great laughter with every man and woman. They started all giggling, the joke caught them so abrupt. They couldn't stop laughing to see how they get full up. Get the joke, Milton coming down in the flood water with all kind of old bottle and old can. A ting-a-ling-a-ling, they're bouncing off each other, and they mistaking it for a steel band. And so it started to rain. Buckets that drop in the heart of Porter's Spain. People bring the big umbrella, they decide to brave the weather, to see this mystery down in the river. The flood bringing down a scent of memory. You're raining, you're raining, you hear the music in the mud, singing like a real symphony. We hear it pan, but can't see the band coming down. The river coming down. The water coming down.
Coming down,
No.
the river coming down, the water coming down, coming down,
Oh,
the river coming down,
yeah.
the water coming down. Coming down, the river coming down, the water coming down, coming down, the river coming down, the water coming down, coming down,
River coming down.
water coming down.
Coming down, river coming down, water coming down. Coming down, river coming down, water coming down. Coming down, river coming down.
The river coming down and the water coming down too. Kitchener on CultureShare. And you know, I hope one day I can entice the Lord Kitchener into singing Doreen, you leave your clothes behind in the bamboo. That is one of my favorites. This is CultureShare, and I am Harold PYSADEE. Stay with us. One of the aspects of the art form from the Caribbean where we have failed miserably is the documentation of the various parts of the art forms, and Calypso is no exception. I mean, you cannot really walk into most libraries in the Caribbean or anywhere in the world and demand an in-depth analysis of Calypso by the reading of a book. And so when someone takes on the great task of documenting something on the art form, it's always a great wonder. Well, that's exactly what Trinidadian John Barry did. He went to Trinidad and got some great people in the art form to compose his documentary called Dance the Calypso. And in this documentary, which we'll be serializing here on CultureShare, you'll be seeing the various forms of how people dance to the Calypso. Some chip, some wine. The Calypsonians have the various forms of dancing to the Calypso. The white people that come down to the Caribbean, they have their own thing to do to the Calypso. And this is what you're going to be seeing highlighted. And people will be talking about the art form in this documentary. So we're going to present part 1 of the documentary Dance the Calypso, written, produced and directed by John Barry.
Our music is a music that you don't have to know about it. And from the time you come into contact with it, it's automatic. You're going to raise your hands in the air, you're going to let your hips go a little bit. It's a happy music, it brings joy.
Traditionally, it's supposed to be a happy music, and the happy music is where we dance how we feel. The music more euphoric now, a little faster, with more frenzy thing, because the function of Calypso is more escapist, more giving up your troubles, throw off your troubles for one night, throw all your cares to the wind. So we dance with more of a release. So the type of music reflect that of the society. So that there is, but Calypso, you dance how you feel.
From the time a child is born, we see them rocking to the music and feeling comfortable with it. And we feel at home with this music, whether slow, medium, or fast.
If you want to dance half time, you feel happy, you release at a slower timing, that's cool. But Calypso music has always been a music you dance how you feel.
What we have read and what we've seen in some video clips of the old Calypso days would indicate that chipping along the road was the norm. We also know that people played carnival on trucks, so there was no movement, just maybe a little shifting left and right of the body, upper body, and very, very little movement.
Actually, the amazing thing with the brass bands of those days, the big bands with normal African people playing music, they were on the road walking, and the bands with the people were on the trucks, jumping up on trucks and so on. So you had to understand that the chip would have come out in that time because the plebs would have been chipping to the brass band on the road, while the people would have been winding on the trucks. Chip would come from following the trucks. They would have chips. So you're going down the road, ship, 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 and the brass going pop, wah, pop.
Whenever you went to play mass, you always talked about chipping on the streets, because it was just like going down there, and there was actually the sound of that chip, chip, chip as your feet hit the pavement. And then in the fete, it was really always called a jump up, but it was more literally jumping up and down. And there was always, I remember, a stick in your hand. You always had to have a stick in your hand when you go to a party. And it wasn't anything like it is today.
If you remember, the little fella, Carnival Tuesday night, about 11:15, just the pan man, no iron, just a pan side going up the road playing a Calypso very slowly. And you could hear the feet on the baba going, shh, shh, shh. match in time. Well, the chip is that you do nothing else with no other part of your body but your foot. You just keep in time.
So like a walk dance, right? When you're trying to catch up with the band, or because if you stand up and dance, the band will leave you.
True.
So you have to kind of chip and move to the band. And now we have fast chip, slow chip, stand-up chip.
Yeah.
Fast chip is when the band really take off and you have to kind of move to the band. Slow chip is when you're just chipping along with the band and you're just going. And stand-up chip is just kind of just moving. You're not really dancing. You're just kind of just moving with the rhythm and the beat.
If you go to a fete that could hold 1,000 people and have 4,000 people in it, the most you could do is chip. You can't move your hand. You can't shake your waist.
Hey, see, when you have a full drink in your hand, you really can't do too much. You just have to kind of move until the drink level come down.
Yes.
So you have to just kind of chip with the drink, and then you could balance it off and then start to dance.
You have to understand, Calypso is really march, same for timing. That is why it's so easy, Independence Morning, for the police band to switch into a Calypso, playing the march when they start to go down Track Road to the barracks. You just also see the chip then. So they're playing straight march, and then you get the chip of keeping in time. I think the basic Calypso or carnival dance is the chip. And the reason for that is the mobility. You understand? I mean, you could wind on the Savannah stage because you're there for 45 minutes. But if the band had to go from the Savannah to downtown, there's not much room to wind. The chip would be the logical dance. Walk and wind is a very difficult thing. Jump, wave, and whine at the same time could kill you. So that I suspect if the band stopped, you could get to whine based on according to the speed of the song. But normally the chip is the only mobile dance it would have. And the chip would have to be with us because we still have carnival in the streets.
Chippin', the topic of part 1 of the series on Dance the Calypso, produced, written and directed by John Barry on CultureShare. Next week we'll be presenting part 2, and on part 2 we'll be highlighting whining. Look out for that. Oh, why you laugh, gentle? All right, we got to move on right now, and this is Royalty in Kaiso. A lot of action on stage. New York City location. This is the bird himself, the Chief Omawale of Ikoye. This is Slinger Francisco, the mighty Sparrow, with one of his biggest hits, the Boater Dem.
Boater Dem, Boater Dem. I'm in love with Betty Lou. Sister Mary says she loved me too. Boater Dem, Boater Dem, Boater Dem, the Boater Dem. I tell her she things don't work out so. She said the next sister I'm bound to know. Boater Dem, Boater Dem, Boater Dem, Boater Dem. I like all them bacchanal. So I met she on the phone one day. This is what the old man say. Do it, do it, do it. Oh, on. Woody, get she where she want. Get she where she want. Get she where she want. Do it. Hey, go to them. Go to them. Ay, ay, ay. Go to them. All two. Go to them. Try with me though. I could do it no better than she. Boater Dem, Boater Dem, Boater Dem, Boater Dem. Remember the melody. Say what's got in the flower. Boater Dem, Boater Dem, Boater Dem, Boater Dem.
Then she start to tackle me again. She go the boy treat them rough. Otherwise them woman go say soft. Do it. Where say? Do it. Oh yeah. Oh God. Ay ay ay. Come with it. Both of them.
Both of them. Both of them. Both of them.
Hold on. Jimmy. Hold on. I'm telling you. Tell them. Yes, Lord. Ay, ay, ay. Oy, oy, oy. Oh, God. Both of them. I have both of them, you know. I have all of them. If I was a younger chap, maybe I would have get trapped in that. With both of them. Both of them. Where's that? Both of them. So all the offers that she made, think about it, but I couldn't make it great. Both of them. Both of them. Both of them. Variety is the spice of life. Polygamy today I ain't ready. I'm kitchen for his good. Still remember what he said. Message still ringing in me head. Do it. Do it. Do it. Oh God. Get she where she want. Get she where she want. Get she where she want. Get she where she want.
Would you believe this guy will be 61 this year? Yes, Sparrow, both of them, lot of energy on CultureShare. I am Harold PYSADEE. Glad to have you with us.
It's a coalition from the Caribbean, a jumping off it, and it's time to hit, so buckle up, hit the highway. Everyone salty freeway, by Mongo in Tobago, then we headed straight to Rio.
Daddy. That's right. Yeah. Here we go.
Girl, I want to make you go, jam you hard and make you go. Girl, I want to make you go, cause I'm so good at it. Again, girl, I want to make you go, jam you hard and make you go. Girl, I want to make you go.
Who's that girl there, boy? Boy, that's Jasper G, boy. What a boom boom
What me
girl.
say? She want the boom boom. She love the boom boom. She want the boom boom. She love the boom boom. She want the boom boom. She love the boom boom. She want the boom boom. She love the boom boom. When me tell them, she don't want no bicycle that go pilling, pilling. She don't like the truck that's too much smoking. She no riding a taxi. She
Randy Isaac is a top Grenadian Calypsonian. And this is a special video. It's all about a miniskirt woman. And this was done by G.B.T.V. We're going to bring it back. Let's enjoy some sweet soca from Randy.
Boy, you see what I see? Look at trouble. Come, copy, come, look at that. you behaving so? Why your legs exposed everywhere you go? In every type of social appearance, it's only miniskirt you're choosing to wear. Heating up the atmosphere, girl, I had my eyes on your miniskirt, woman. If you come this way, we go dance too. Say your legs look so sexy, and your background so healthy. In your miniskirt, you look so fine. The way you hug in your waistline. Yes, girl, I know it's carnival, but you really don't have to show it all. Long lovely legs and walking with class. Fellas whistling every time you pass. The miniskirt give them all kind of ideas, but you're still strutting it out like you don't care. But I know that you are aware. So she come look at this miniskirt, woman. Look at the height of she skirt hem. Whoa, the way she shaking she body. I tell you she driving me crazy. In your miniskirt you look so fine. The way you hugging your waistline. Yes, girl, I know it's carnival, but you really don't have to show it all.
Hey babe in the miniskirt, I love your style. I love the way you have the men all going wild. Hold up one moment, I'd like to talk with you. I have a feeling it's time that I pursue. My dreams that I can dance the night away with you, my dear, until the break of day. So come with me, sweet music we will make. Come on with me, it's all there for you to take.
Looking fine. I really want you to come and join me. I want the public to see what I see. All the girls who feel they have legs like this, don't be afraid to show it in your minis. All the men will be praise King Charma, the Soul King pay for them in this girl. Skyber Roach and Song City and them. DJ Mary pump up the tempo. Look the miniskirt winding down low. In your miniskirt you look so fine. The way you hugging your waistline. Yes, girl, I know it's carnival, but you really don't have to show it all. Oh, yeah, yo. Say you're looking fine. In front and behind. The way you're shaking your body. I tell you, you're driving me crazy. Oh, man. Yes, man.
Yes, man. Miniskirt woman on CultureShare. I didn't know why he didn't invite me to come and do that video with him. And I was speaking to Randy just a few days ago, and he said that he says, Harold, you know what? I think this year, 1996, is going to be my biggest year in Calypso in Grenada, because he's very satisfied with the material that he has so far. And as a matter of fact, I listened to some of it, you know, but I wouldn't let any cats out of the bags. And I must say I'm satisfied with what I heard. And I think that this could be a good year for Randy Isaac. CultureShare on the move. I am Harold. Stay with us.
listen to me song, she love the boom boom. She love the boom, she love the boom. She want the boom boom. She really want the boom. She love the boom boom. She love the boom, she love the boom. She want the boom boom. She really want the boom. She want the boom boom. She want the boom, she want the boom. She love the boom boom. She really love the boom. She want the boom boom. She want the boom, she want the boom. She love the boom boom. She really love the boom. Slam bam, little girl, what's your plan? Yeah, you leave your boyfriend for Lexus man and which was little.
So you want soca? Let me go to the soca whiner boy. They say this is the fella all the young ladies go crazy for. And when you go to see Marshall, they say them ladies just leave their friends, their boyfriends home. This is Marshall at the Soca Monarch 96. Jam it?
Come, raise down in the air. Raise down in the air. Come, put up the flag. Put up the flag. Put up the flag. Take it up. Take it up. Take it up. Let me hear you scream. We're going for a dry run. We're going for a dry run. It's wine and then shook. And then I want everybody to wave. All in the stands. Let me go. 1, ding ding, ready flag. 2, ding ding, there we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Everybody wine, 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 wine. Jump, 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 jump. Where's it? Go again. Wine, 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 wine. Jump, 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 jump. Say jump, man. Hold on, right. All the single ladies, let me hear you scream. And all the single man, say yeah. So hear this. Well, let's sing with me. Sing with me. If you come in the party and you can't find somebody, take tomorrow. Take tomorrow. If you come in the session and you can't find a sweet man, take tomorrow. Stand by. Stand by. Get the flag ready. Get the flag ready. Get ready. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. If you come here to get on bad, raise your hand. If you come here to get on bad, raise your hand. If you come to get on bad, jump up like you know. I say, take a borrow, raise up. Take a borrow, raise up. Take a borrow. Jump up, tomorrow, tomorrow. Jump up, jump up. Stadium. Raise the hand in the air. Raise the flag in the air. Raise the hand in the air. Raise the. If you come in the party and you can't find somebody, take a borrow. They will be like tomorrow. If you come in the session and you can't find a sweet man, take a borrow. They like tomorrow. Anything that I do, you must watch and do too. Get in your position. Sing it. Wine, wine, jump, 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 wave. Everybody, go again. Wine, 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 jump, 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 wave. When you run, raise the hand in the air and jump, jump already. Jump already. Jump, jump already. I said jump, jump already. Go wine, 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 jump, 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 jump the wave. Everybody, raise the hand in the air now. Hey, how you feeling? Are you tired? Say no. Say no. If you want this song, you should come. Or the media to make you up, just take a borrow. You won't be like tomorrow. Colin Lucas will tell me inside of the party, take a borrow. You won't be like tomorrow. Anything that I do, you must watch and do too. Get in your position. Let me go. Wine, wine, wine. Jump, 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 jump. Way, stadium. Way, wine. Wine, 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 wine. Jump, 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 jump. Get ready. Let me hear you scream. Jump up, ready. Jump up, ready. Jump up, ready. Jump up, ready. I say wine, wine, wine. Jump, 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 jump. Hold on. Take it up. Where they from? Where they from? Trinidad and Tobago. Take it up. On and up to the one shook. On and up to the one shook. Take it down low. Down low. Low. I want to see all women get in front of man. Get in front of man and fellas. I want to see the choke. Get ready. Come, ding ding. Come, ding ding. First we go in 1, then 2. And when I say fast choke, I want you to take out your rag and just jump up and make noise. Make noise for Trinidad and Tobago. Because we're going international. Right? So there we go. 1, stand up so. 2, stand up so. 1, 2, 1, 2. Give me the 1 jump. Give me the 2 jump. Give me the 3 jump. I want it fast now. 1 jump. Not yet. 2 jump. Get ready with the flag. Put your flag in the air. Slap it up, jump. Jump on right there. 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 Jump on right there. Jump on right there. Hey. Jump on right there. If you want to reach in a back or win, so come on now. See it. Say tomorrow. You'll be back tomorrow. If you come in the backyard and you can't find a wash rod, say tomorrow. You'll be back tomorrow. Anything that I do, you must watch and do too. Get in your position. Let me go. Wine, wine, wine. Jump, jump, jump. Steady up. Everybody way. Go on in. Wine, 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 wine. Jump, 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 jump. Way. Are you ready to jump? Raise your hand in the air and jump. Jump off right there. Jump off right there. Jump, jump off right there. Jump off right there. Raise your hand in the air. Raise your hand in the air. Jump off. Take it off, take it off. Only looking so nice. I want to see falling out to do the flag thing. When I tell you up, I want all the flags up. And then down. Get ready. Bring the men at work, posse. All the men at work, bring them. Where the men with the helmet? Where them? Look them here. No, wait, take out the flag. When I say up, it's flags up. Get ready. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Flags up. Down. Up. Down. Faster now, eh? Up. Down. Up. Down. Get ready. Up. Down. Make some noise. Jump. Jump up right there. Jump up right there. Jump up. We go do the choke in the air now. All ready for the choke in the air? Line up. Line up. And I want to see how they jump into. All the man in the crowd. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Give me the 1 jump. Give me the 2 jump. Give me the 3 jump. I want it fast. 1 jump. 2 jump. 3 jump. 3 jump. No. Raise your hand in the air. Jump. Jump up right there. Jump up right there. Jump. Jump up right there. Watch me. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody scream.
Marshall Montano on CultureShare. That was at the Soca Monarch 1996 at the National Stadium, Trinidad. All right, that's a wrap today, folks. It was great keeping you company. Join us again same time right here for another CultureShare. Till then, I am Harold PYSADEE. Keep the smile on your face. You're looking good. And be good to your neighbor too. Bye now.
Take it off. On and up to the 1 shot. On and up to the 1 shot. Take it down low. Down low. Low. I want to see all women get in front of man. Get in front of man, and fellas, I want to see the choke. Get ready. Come, ding ding. Come, ding ding. First we go in 1, then 2. And when I say fast choke, I want you to take out your rag and just jump up and make noise. Make noise for Trinidad and Tobago. Because we're going international. Right? So here we go. 1, stand up so. 2, stand up so. 1, 2, 1, 2. Give me the 1 jump. Give me the 2 jump. Give me the 3 jump. I want it fast now. 1 jump. Not yet. 2 jump. Get ready with the flag. Put your flag in the air. Slap it up. Jump. Jump off right there. 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 Jump off right there. Jump off right there. Hey. Jump off right there. If you want to reach in a back or win, so come on now, see it. Say tomorrow, you'll be back tomorrow. If you come in the backyard and you can't find a wash rod, say tomorrow, you'll be back tomorrow. Anything that I do, you must watch and do too. Get in your position. Let me go. Wine, wine, wine. Jump, jump, jump. Steady up. Everybody way. Go on in. Wine, 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 wine. Jump, 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 jump. Way. Are you ready to jump? Raise your hand in the air and jump, jump off. know to do the flag thing. When I tell you up, I want all the flags up. And then down. Get ready. Bring the men at work, posse. All the men at work, bring them. Where the men with the helmet? Where them? Look them here. No, wait, take out your flag. When I say up, it's flags up. Get ready. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Flags up. Down. Up. Down. Faster now, eh? Up. Down. Up. Down. Get ready. Up. Down. Make some noise. Jump. Jump up right there. Jump up right there. Jump up. We gonna do the choke in the air now. All ready for the choke in the air? Line up. Line up. And I want to see how they jump into. All the man in the crowd. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Give me the 1 jump. Give me the 2 jump. Give me the 3 jump. I want it fast. 1 jump. 2 jump. 3 jump. 3 jump. No. Raise your hand in the